Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about marijuana use disorder. Now, if you're wondering what that means, basically it's when the use of marijuana interferes with your life and you basically cannot go throughout the day without smoking marijuana. Now, we know that marijuana itself is not an addictive compound or property, but the the high that you get from marijuana can definitely be addicting and cause psychological issues. Today, we're going to be talking about this article in CNN Health. The title is Addicted to the High of Weed, Its Calmer Cousin CBD May Help Ease the Disorder, study finds. Smoking weed has become a popular pastime, boosted by a more permissive social attitude and a relaxation of laws and regulations. However, not everyone is capable of using weed solely for occasional recreational or medicinal use. Some 22 million people around the world are so dependent on marijuana that it affects their ability to function in life. Marijuana use disorder encompasses both addiction and dependency, and is characterized by impairments in psychological, physical, or social functioning. In the United States, research shows some 2.5 of adults, or about 6 million people, have suffered from marijuana use disorder in the past year, while 6.3 had the disorder at some point in their lives. So that's a lot of people. Now, I know people in my life that use marijuana recreationally and they're able to manage their life and go through and they can take breaks, but I know some people who they need to smoke. So this is definitely a true statement. And I'm glad that they had studies so that we can go over it together and we can learn some more. Now, most people with the condition go untreated, but a new study published Tuesday in the journal Lancet Psychiatry shows that abuse or dependence on weed may respond to treatment with CBD or cannabinoid. That's very interesting. We're using one cannabinoid to offset another cannabinoid. It's pretty interesting. Let's see how they tested this. CBD is one of 80 chemicals in cannabis. It does not give the high typically associated with cannabis, which comes from THC. In the first double-blind placebo-controlled study, where neither the participants nor the researchers know who is receiving the real treatment or placebo, Tom Freeman of the University of Bath in UK and colleagues aimed to determine the optimal dosage of prescription-grade CBD for cannabis use disorder. Okay, so I'm assuming they're going to give a high dose, like 200 plus milligrams per day. So let's check it out. Prescription or medical grade CBD is manufactured in high purity levels. It's free of filters and other toxic ingredients. It can also be much stronger than over-the-counter versions. Interesting. So toxic-free, free of filters. That must mean it went through CO2 extraction, probably supercritical CO2 extraction, which is actually what SunMed uses for their extraction method. So there's no toxins, nothing but the ingredients that you would want in your CBD oil. So that's very good, high-quality stuff there. The study found that 200 milligram dosage to be ineffective. Interesting. However, both 400 milligrams and 800 milligrams per day did significantly reduce marijuana dependence when compared with a placebo. Okay, wow, so upwards of 800 milligrams per day. That's definitely going to give you some negative side effects of CBD, mildly negative, like sleepiness and stuff like that. So I mean, it wouldn't really be negative in that case if you like to sleep. But if you're trying to go throughout the day, it's definitely going to be better than smoking marijuana because you're definitely going to be sleepy and anxious and all of those negative side effects that most people don't like. Now, let's see. People in the study used cannabis about half a day per week less when they got 400 milligrams of CBD daily, and just under a third of a day per week less after 800 milligrams of CBD daily. All right. However, do not do this at home. The researchers cautioned against self-medicating with commercial CBD products, which typically contain about 25 milligrams of CBD. Freeman and colleagues measured CBD impact on cannabis use by measuring THC in urine and the average number of days per week volunteers could go without using cannabis. The team found that CBD was more effective than the placebo treatment on both accounts. Participants also received 6 counseling sessions focused on helping them quit using cannabis. Though the month-long study of 82 participants was not designed to determine the duration or efficacy of CBD treatment, the findings suggest CBD can help reduce cannabis use, the researchers said. There were no serious adverse events during the study, and the researchers say CBD use is safe. They believe their findings could have implications for the treatment of cannabis use disorder, as medical and recreational use of cannabis is being increasingly legalized. Experts agree the results of the study are promising. Sadly, there currently is practically no treatment available for people with cannabis use disorder in the UK, said Robin Murray, a psychiatric research professor at King's College London, who was not involved in the study. This study shows that high doses of CBD may be helpful. Freeman and colleagues call for an additional research to determine the duration and efficacy of CBD in treating cannabis use disorder. They say further research could also help them determine whether CBD directly reduces cannabis use or reduces other mental health uses or issues, which could indirectly affect cannabis use. So that's a really interesting article. It's very short, but straight to the point. I really wanted to go over the use of CBD. There's so many different uses for CBD. It's amazing, and the more studies come out, the more we have the information so that we can get people help naturally. And that's it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. If you want to learn some more about CBD, we have a free ebook in the description, so definitely check that out if you want a quick read. It kind of gives you what CBD is, the history, the origin, and how to decipher from a good brand and a bad brand, because that's definitely a lot of things that go into it. Just like in this article, they used high quality, toxin-free, filter-free ingredients, which is definitely going to be stronger because there's going to be less bad stuff and more of the good stuff. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. If you liked the video, definitely like, subscribe if you want to learn more. And that's it for today. So you guys have a wonderful day, all right?